it's a great honor and privilege for us to have with us here today the Belgian Finance Minister, Johan van Overtveldt. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. I feel a very humble man because I hear a lot of stuff that I try to understand, and some of it, believe me, I do understand. There's a lot of it that I really don't understand, and I will try to do my utmost best to keep up with all these developments. I want to present to you a region known as Europe, and more specifically, what we consider to be the capital of that region, Brussels, because we think there are a lot of business opportunities, certainly for also you guys all doing all those very interesting, and I'm not joking now, very interesting stuff on FinTech. So, 3 reasons why I think Brussels is, or Europe is a good place to do business for you. It's still the largest market in the world. That's quite obvious in the data. Secondly, there's a lot of untapped potential. I come back to each of these points. And of course, also, it's only 4 hours flying time from Tel Aviv. With respect to being the largest market, Europe has 400 million customers, close to 500 million even. So GDP is bigger than that of the US, than that of China, and than that of India, to name only those 3 countries. Investment in FinTech is growing very fast, I admit from a relatively low base, but it's growing very fast, and it has a single market. A lot of untapped potential was my second element, and that has of course a lot to do with the fact that Europe has a lot of, how should I say, perceptions against it. It is often said that Europe is not really unified and that there is a lot of anti-business attitude. I can assure you that first of all, European regulation has created a harmonized framework for doing business. It is not perfect yet, but a lot of work has been done, and there's a lot of additional work in the works. With respect to the anti-business attitude, I can also assure you that a lot of things have been changing, and what certainly makes Europe also attractive for a community like yours is that almost anybody in Europe speaks English. Brussels as a gateway to Europe. We have the European Union headquarters in Brussels. We have the European Commission and the European Parliament in Brussels. We have, as Mr. Trump has underlined recently, very elaborately, the NATO headquarters is in Brussels, and we have substantial regulatory bodies also present in Europe. And in terms of the financial industry, let me emphasize also that we have important market structure companies, financial market structure companies available, SWIFT, Euroclear, MasterCard, Bank of New York Mellon, to name only the most important ones. Brussels is really at the heart of Europe. If you draw a circle from London to Paris, Amsterdam and Frankfurt, Brussels is right in the middle of that area. Belgium is also the top 3 worldwide of most globalized countries, and is the 10th largest exporting country in the world. You will find more than 80% of purchasing power in Europe within a region of 500 miles around Brussels. Out of 140 countries in the World Economic Forum, Belgium ranks 4th place in the overall quality of its educational system and 3rd for its management schools, especially for maths and science. The quality of Belgium university industry collaboration is ranked 6th worldwide. boosting a number of internationally renowned research centers, such as, for example, IMEC for nanoelectronics. And something we have been we are very proud of now is that maybe you saw that Reuters ranked our University of Louvain, very close to Brussels, as the most innovative industry in Europe before other industries like, for example, Imperial College of London and the University of Cambridge. As a Belgian government, we've been very active in the close to 3 years we are in power now. We introduced a major tax shift, thereby reducing labor taxes substantially by 8 billion, which is close to 2% of our GDP, as the major operation of that kind in Europe in recent times, in relative GDP terms. We have a system of much reduced wage taxation for research personnel, which is elaborately used at this point in time by major innovative companies also out of beside the FinTech sector. And a few months ago we introduced a new patent law which has been very well received by the industry. With respect to FinTech, we introduced Beehive, which is a collaboration of the government or the public sector and the private sector, focusing on creativity and entrepreneurship in FinTech businesses. We bring together financial actors, technology startups, scale-ups, and other actors from technology and consultancy sectors. I'm sorry that the presentation was not accompanied by the slides, but I hope my short introduction gave you an idea of what Europe and especially Brussels have to offer for the FinTech industry. Thank you very much.